You want to buy a house, but you don't know where to start. Well, maybe that's why I'm here, to give you that spark. If you need assistance, then please just hit me up. I'll get you to that closing table. I'm somebody you can trust. Step 1, secure financing. Talk to a lender. Because if you send an offer without the money, then the seller returns to sender. But if your credit is straight, your debt is zero to lightweight, stable income, and a nice chunk of change in the safe, then you're qualified. So here's your next move. Fill out that application. Congratulations, you're pre-approved. And now that you got the finances secured, the next step to endure is hiring me for sure. But why hire me when you could do it yourself? Yeah, you could. But honestly, from a professional standpoint, I don't think you should. Unless you got experience in scheduling showings and searching MLS, find the perfect home, put in the right offer, and hope for the best. Do you know a trustworthy home inspector to find defects? Or a good attorney to ensure the title changes without deflects? Can you call an appraiser and find out how much it's worth? Or a good insurance agent to prepare you for the worst? Plus the money the bank lended was probably approved by someone I recommended, and the institution I'm representing will make sure you properly spend it. So don't be offended, but if you still feel you're able, then good luck. But with me, I promise to get you to the closing table. You'll get proper representation, and I'm handing you the keys in. You'll schedule a moving day, but it starts by signing this buyer's agreement. The quicker you sign, the faster we could get to work in, find you the best property for the best price. You'll be content with your purchase. Now that we agreed to have me represent you, and you're pre-qualified, it's the fun stuff we can get to. The next step in the process is to find you that home, a place to lay your head and that you can call your own. Few things to consider: your location and lifestyle, the home you picture, convenience, both. It might be a while. I'll send you some listings. The ones you like will schedule showings. Go on tour, see a few, and when you find the one, it'll start glowing. You won't stop thinking about it, even envision customizing, how it's perfect, exactly what you're looking for with no surprises. You know it's the one. The property will help you prosper, and I'm very happy for you. Now it's time to put in the offer. You love this place, and you're ready to commit. But you ask, what does an offer consist? Well, first, I get in touch with the agent that lists the property and ask if the seller's willing to pay my commission. And if not, then that'll be added to your account. You can pay at the closing or try to wrap it in your loan amount. The offer we make is going to go based off the method, because if there's multiple offers, we might be offering more than expected. But if it's been on the market for a while with not much action, then we can cash in and offer lower than what they asking. And if they agree and the seller accepts, then you cut a check to start your down payment in good faith, known as the earnest. Let the seller know you're serious and compensates if you neglect them. And now here comes the scary part. Dun, dun, dun. The home inspection. And whatever you do, never waive the inspection. Trying to save a few hundred will turn into $1,000 lesson. The property you're buying may be beautiful on the surface, but underneath, the plumbing could be subject to a pipe bursting, or a bad furnace, maybe even problems with the electrical, or a leak in the roof, and these defects are not acceptable. And if it comes out in the inspection report, we can negotiate for the seller to fix all the issues, of course. But if you waver, thinking that you're doing yourself a favor, you could get stuck with these issues when they come out a little later, and can cause further damage, and your dream house will suck. So just do yourself a favor and pay those extra few $100. And now we're past inspection, and you're feeling amazed. And it's time for your lender to get the property appraised. Get somebody to come out and check out the condition, amongst other factors. Sometimes it conflicts with the seller's opinion. They think it's more than what it's worth because they did some renovations, but it might not have added as much as they thought to the valuation. And the buyer needs to pray that it values at the purchase price, because if it values less, then there's a difference that might make you think twice. Because the lender's not going to give you more than what the place is worth. So if the purchase price is more than the appraisal, then you'll be coming out your purse. But hopefully that's not the case, and we could proceed to that closing table for the next step to complete. And as we get closer to the property securance, now is a good time to start thinking about insurance. It's time to get coverage, but you ask what kind of policy? Well, there might be a few, so let's navigate this ideology. First, you put in less than 20% of a down payment on this home, then your lender's probably going to require you to get insurance on your loan. It's just in case you can't pay, it protects them from the default because they want their money and they don't care who's at fault. Plus, location is important. If your properties is flood prone, Illinois law requires flood insurance for those in flood zones. Then there's home insurance to limit the damage amount. And all these policies can be paid through your mortgage's escrow account. So let's talk to an agent and let's get you comfortable because that's the person that's going to tell you your deductible. So now that you're covered, we can talk to an attorney, someone that represents you so you can close with no worries. Someone that's going to check if there's any violations with the city, and if there is, then who's going to pay them. Someone that's going to check if any liens are on the property, whether unpaid taxes or contractors from improvements they were operating, or solar panels that have yet to be paid off. And if you assume the balance or the seller pays that cost. Explain your legal rights and draft up the contract, or review one that's been drafted by another contact. So it's essential to close the deal to hire this lawyer. And now you're one step closer to becoming that real estate warrior. Now that it's all squared away and the terms of agreement are executed, let's meet at the property and do that final walk through it. If all is well, then we could keep the ball rolling. Get a title company involved. Welcome to the closing. They're going to make sure all the terms have been obeyed, cut all the checks and make sure everybody gets paid, get the right deed to make sure the title is conveyed, record it with the county and put that house under your name. And once the deed is delivered and you formally accept it, congratulations. You're now a homeowner. You perfected the method. You can plan your moving day and get those utilities switched. It's been a pleasure doing business. Call me if you ever want a list.